Hey Brick Maniacs, welcome back to a special Wednesday edition of the Sit Rep. We got some cool stuff to take a look at, including some new prototype models that Dan has developed for our Ukrainian benefits. So we're gonna head into the design room in a minute to take a look at that. But at first, I've got a little bit of info for you. One is that our Mad Minute sale is continuing through today, so you can use that promo code MADMIN in stores and online to save yourself 20% on pretty much everything. Two would be for the entire month of August, all of our Soviet and Russian instructions are going to be added to the Ukrainian benefits, so those as well will have proceeds going to benefit the various charities that we're doing good in Ukraine. Three would be at Brick Fair, Virginia. We're going to be having a special donation booth set up, so we're going to have various raffles that are going to also benefit that Project Ukraine, the Ukrainian benefit that we're underway with. And so we'll have kind of a special booth set up inside Brick Fair itself that is going to be tailored specifically towards Ukrainian benefit. We'll have some raffle prizes and then some specific kits that also benefit that endeavor for sale. And then finally, Friday is our special community builders event out at our new Chantilly location, even closer to the Dulles Expo Center, which is where Brick Fair, Virginia is held. So if you're in town for that or just in town in general, starting at 2 o'clock is when we're going to be hosting that military community builders specific event featuring guest speakers, micro brick battle. And then at 7 o'clock is when we will officially unveil Chantilly's store exclusive minifigures, which is those generals that we've been leaking across social media. So that's a little rundown of the info you need to know heading into this weekend. But otherwise, let's dive on into the design room, take a little closer look at what Dan has been working on this past week. All right, now to the fun part. We're back at the desk of Dan Siskin, taking a look at some new Ukrainian benefit projects. Now, I'm just going to clarify, these are not available yet on the website. This is something that we hope to have coming in the next couple of weeks, but they look so good next to each other, we had to come check in and take a look at it. So what are we looking at?
Well, two Russian helicopters that have been, Russian origin, Soviet origin helicopters that are in use by the Ukraine Air Force and Army right now. So first in front of you in the foreground, this is the Mi-17 HIP, and to be exact, it's Mi-17 V5. So these are, it's a transport helicopter. These were actually purchased for the Afghan Army by the United States.
Interesting.
And they went to Afghanistan. They were actually withdrawn from Afghanistan when the U.S. forces pulled out. Afghan Army kind of collapsed, and these ended up in storage, and now they're heading back to Ukraine to be used by the Ukraine government and the defense forces.
Whatever we can get our hands on.
So that's why you have this painted, this armor shield here. The side fuel tank has been painted in the Ukraine colors, and that's where you get these tail stripes too. That's
sure, okay.
That's definitely a Ukraine Air Force marking. So
the camo is even without the color from the flag, like the camo is so wicked looking.
Well, the camo, this is a factory applied. These were built in Moscow. Actually. The factory, it's factory camo. This was obviously before the war in Ukraine started.
Right.
They've been sitting out in the Arizona desert for the last few years, and they were in almost brand new condition. They just shipped over recently to Ukraine, and now they're I think there's like 13 or 14 of these things, all identical. So they're I figured that would be the one that we would feature because it's a brand new. You're going to be seeing these guys a lot. Maybe not.
A fan poll, right?
Right. We did a fan poll. It was really informal. It was just on my Instagram, and this one won. It wasn't super overwhelming, but the spread between the first choice and the fourth choice, which was a rebranding of the flanker, it was pretty significant. This one was out ahead.
Okay, well there you go. But people have spoken.
but the difference between this one and this one back here, the Hind, was only 2 votes.
Oh, wow. So that's why we got both?
Yeah.
Oh, what a nice guy.
I did the Mi-17. I was like, well, I can't do, it's an unarmed transport. I mean, it has it'll have door guns.
Okay.
And we should go back to the fact that this does have working door and ramp.
Some of the features.
But I will put door guns on here. I have not gotten around to it yet. This has just been built. I finished this thing, I think Friday or maybe Saturday morning. Still missing. I'm waiting for some pieces to show up in the right colors. And while I'm waiting, I worked on this Hind. So
while I'm waiting,
I was waiting,
I just threw this together.
Yeah, and about a month ago, you started seeing pictures and video of these ex-Czech Republic Hinds that were
that dark green. That's so
right.
Awesome.
This dark green, this 3-tone color. It's green. It's like olive, dark olive green, dark gray, light gray. color scheme. That's the Czech Air Force, and these were recently donated from the Czechs and changed hands from the Czechs to the Ukrainian Air Force and Army since the war started. So they painted over all the Czech insignias with this yellow and blue stripe.
Made it your own, right? Yeah.
Right. Of course, they did put invasion stripes, or not the invasion. I don't know, the Ukrainian Air Force stripes, the two tail stripes.
Yeah, you can see those match. But
Which
look
is
how good those
funny
look next to
because
each other already.
after the Ukrainians started doing this, the Russians started painting 3 stripes on theirs. So not only are they wearing 3 stripes on their shoes, they have 3 stripes on their helicopter. Not to be outdone by the Ukrainians. So this would be a Hind MI-24 V as in Victor, and it's an updated version of the Hind E, which is notable because it's 20 millimeter cannon. I just have this brick arms. This
Good
brick
placeholder.
Yeah, in its place, we'll have a little rotary cannon stuck on the end of the turret here. So it's very similar to the Hind that I did years ago. In the fact that the airframe is more or less the same. It's updated to the new colors and a few minor changes to get a little bit more accuracy involved in it. But it's kind of the evolution of our Hind. The only significant changes are these bubble canopies that Cody actually stuck on our last model because we couldn't get the original canopies.
Oh, I didn't even. Okay, fair enough.
So
cool.
these will actually have a little sticker on it. Unfortunately, we can't print around these.
Just too big of a curve.
Yeah, it's too much of a curve. So someday in the future, maybe we'll do that. And I think the kit will actually have more armament on it. I have.
You're gonna play with the. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I'll probably add another pair of these 80 millimeter cannons on. I haven't seen anything on because the wing tips they usually have some sort of anti-tank missiles on. I haven't seen them on any of the Ukrainian ones that have been flying around.
Sure.
I don't know what I'll put on those wingtip hard points, but we'll see.
I suppose they're kind of using what they have too, and aren't exactly flush with lots of options. So you probably wouldn't see one just loaded up with every single hard point covered.
Right. I don't know how much ammunition they actually have.
Yep.
And how much munitions they have to toy around with. So, I mean, it's a finite supply when the stuff's coming from Russia,
Yeah,
and I'm sure Russia's not too happy about the stuff getting back into Ukraine. But there it is.
Yeah, well, and what a collection. Nice to see the evolution of this benefit project as it continues with 2 excellent kits that look fantastic side by side. Stay tuned for more details on the release of these here. This is just kind of a look at these prototype models. We will be letting you guys know when they are getting ready to hit the web to continue our Ukrainian benefit. Otherwise, anything else you want to cover there, dude?
No, I just look forward to getting them done and getting them out there.
There you go. Stay tuned, Brick Maniacs.